Authorization of the chairman to sign the Sustainable Communities Initiative Regional Planning Program Partnership.
I think everybody received the information in your packets this week. We had sent a supporting letter regarding the regional planning program, and this is being funded by a grant, not from us, but from other people. It's to establish a framework for the county, for the regional planning district, that deals with the 9 regional planning commissions statewide. Is to work collaboratively to support the development of common statewide elements, templates, and planning frameworks, and develop the regional plans. It's something that needs to be done, and we need to partner with the cities and towns and the counties in order to get this done. There's a lot of change going on out there. A lot of things are coming into the region because cities and towns are continuing to move forward in different things. The federal government and the state government are tending to move in other directions. We need to get our arms around those individual movements from a planning standpoint and find out where they are and develop an overall strategy for us and the other cities and towns in our area.
I have a couple of questions, if I may, Mr. Chairman. I read this, and when I read it the first scan, I said, looks like to me that we are taking the RPC's job and sort of redefining it, and they want some money to redefine the RPC. That's the way it looks to me. In other words, we already got an organization in place to perform these functions, and we're just doing it over again. It looks like to me it's a complete duplication of effort, so to speak. In fact, this whole thing's being put forth by the Rockingham Planning Commission. I mean, we already pay them a chunk of money every year to do these nice things for us. If you look at all these things that are listed here, those are things that they usually have their fingers into. I can't see what we're getting out of this that we already don't have with the Rockingham Planning Commission. That's my first question. And the second part of my question is, they talk about match, total match of in-kind professional contributions. Who is matching whom is my question on the money part of it.
Well, there's no money obligation here to us at all.
Well, who is doing the matching in these funds and so forth?
They're going to want our input in the various areas that I mentioned.
Yeah.
This whole thing is the result of an effort by the legislature to repeal the entire regional planning network for the state of New Hampshire.
Well, if this goes forward, it'll just make it more embedded, I would
well,
think.
Unfortunately, they've made it so embedded that you can't separate the regional planning commissions from the state or the cities and towns of the counties.
Okay.
Virtually everything, for instance, I'll just use Department of Transportation as an example.
Okay.
You can't have a 10-year plan. You can't have a major drain program. You can't have anything at DOT that's involved with statewide planning and statewide implementation and expenditure of funds or appropriation of funds without the Regional Planning Commission. The entire process would stop dead right in its tracks. The entire 10-year plan, everything behind it, all the highway improvements, everything for the whole state depend upon these 9 regional planning commissions and the cities and towns that support them. Without that, you've got nothing. Work would stop on all the state highways. It just wouldn't be a 10-year plan. So when the legislature came forward this past year and there was a bill that attempted to abolish the entire planning network for the state of New Hampshire, this was the result of it. Let's go back and see what we're doing, why we're doing it, what can we improve better to comply with federal and state law, and how can that help the cities and towns. That's what this is really all about.
Okay, so basically what we're doing, we're sort of redefining the RPC in general terms then. But I still don't understand the matching fund contributions, where the money's coming from on either side of this match.
This is being based upon a grant. The cities and towns are being asked to do nothing as far as finance is concerned, but we're being asked to support the effort by providing whatever technical knowledge we have, and we can contribute to this effort. So they're looking for the help of bodies. They're looking for people to help them get through the process, like the town planner, the town planning board, things of that
The
nature.
representative that we have to the RPC.
Yes,
So,
those folks.
so who's going to provide the grant money to start with? The federal government?
This is all coming from state and federal funds and private funds.
And it's probably, correct me if I'm wrong, Fred, I think part of it is spending the money portion of the money we already contribute.
Yes, it is.
So it's they may not be asking for additional funding, but I believe we spend 15,000 a year, something in that
15,
range,
16,000, something in that area. Yeah.
you know, in terms of dues. Sorry, Mike.
No, I was just, I couldn't figure out whether matching funds, how that was working out. I can see where it sort of loosely defines it here, a couple of places about professional services and all that sort of thing, but that would be who determines what a person is worth if we send them from Hampton to be involved in something like that. Do we decide, or does somebody outside decide? It just goes on and on. Then I couldn't figure out where the original money come from, and Ben pointed out it probably come from HUD. Well, that's fine, except every time we get involved with some kind of wonderful federal or state program, all of a sudden the money disappears, and I'm just wondering if this is something we even want to get involved with.
I think the money's already earmarked. It's there. It's done. The agreements have been signed. This money's available. It's being
For this
used now.
one time.
For this particular program.
Right. To last for 1 year or what?
That's correct. Just the length of this
I think
particular
it's
program.
24 months.
Yeah.
After that,
After
Done.
that, we're like back to highways and other sort of things. So
well,
money's all gone.
it's back to what we do now. That is to say that we contribute, along with every other city and town, the regional planning district, contributes funds every year, and that makes up something in the order of 20 or 25% of the total money they spend. All the rest of it's brought in by grants.
And to some extent, that's how these agencies work. is
That's
they
correct.
go out and look for grants that they can use their...
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
Yep, they do. So that's why the cost of cities and towns is fairly low in comparison to what it could be.
That sort of covers all my questions about it.
Okay, Mr. Moore?
I think so.
And Dick, do you have any questions?
I would just make a comment. I didn't really get overly concerned about the funding thing because I thought, you know, I understood that there wasn't going to be.
Right.